guys, have you ever wondered who is it who's steering our country? Have you ever thought about the type of people that are setting the laws and legislation for us? I think it's about time we took a little look at that. Hi, I'm Kim, and this is Forever Fierce Over 50, and today we're going to talk about what I believe that our lawmakers should be at least a second-generation American. Growing up in America, my family had a lot of deep roots with this country. My parents were both in the military. My dad retired from the military. And I've come to understand that there are a lot of people in government today who don't have the same love for this country. They're putting other countries ahead of ours. Like, for example, Ilhan Omar in Minnesota, she is fighting for Somalia from inside the American government. She's stated that. Check this video out.
In a Kenyan refugee camp, and then she comes to the United States, and here she is. But in this speech, here's what she said and what people are criticizing her. For as long as I am in the U.S. Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. Sleep in comfort knowing that I am here to protect the interests of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. The woman you sent to Congress working day and night to protect your interests.
And then the person who said they're a Guatemalan first, and they're in government in Illinois.
Figures on the American right are calling for a Democratic congresswoman from Illinois to be stripped of her seat and deported. The outrage stems from comments made by Representative Delia Ramirez during an appearance in Mexico City, where the congresswoman said in Spanish that she was a proud Guatemalan before an American. Ramirez is the daughter of Guatemalan immigrants, but was born in Chicago. The comments sparked outrage among conservatives. Republican Representative Andy Ogles of Tennessee wrote on X, "Denaturalize, deport, and kick her off Homeland Committee." Ramirez serves on the Committee on Homeland Security in Congress. The official account for the Department of Homeland Security also weighed in, responding with a quote from Teddy Roosevelt that said there is no room in this country for hyphenated Americanism.
That's kind of crazy. And I remember it's been slowly moving into this, oh gosh, God, it's been 10, 20 years. I remember one time when my kids were young, I went to take them shopping for school clothes, or not school clothes, summer clothes. And there was some really cute stuff with American flags and, you know, American motif. My daughter didn't want to have that because she was embarrassed by this country. That's some craziness that we don't need to have. If people aren't putting American interests first and teaching our children that America is not a great place, which it is, you know, there's a big problem. So, again, I believe that our lawmakers should at least be second generation, if not more, American citizens, because that's going to ensure their loyalty and assimilation to this country. Because right now, I believe that a lot of people are coming to this country and wanting to change our laws into laws for the countries that they have left. You know, how many times have you heard that people want Sharia law? You know, that's not American. So when people are born and raised in our culture, they're more likely going to have our values as Americans. And they're not going to be tied to a foreign country, you know, that their parents came from, or that they, you know, as a first generation American, are being taught by their parents to still love the culture that the parents came from. You know, like this woman who says she's a Guatemalan first. Yeah, she was born here, but her parents came here illegally, and she says she's a Guatemalan first because her parents taught her to be Guatemalan before they taught her to be American. So values like liberty and unity are very important. And I'm not saying that all people who are not, who are first generation Americans can't be patriotic, but being a second generation is just going to ensure that more. I mean, think about it. First generation people can be amazing citizens, but some might still feel pulled by their home country's politics and family ties. In a world of global tensions, I mean, we need leaders whose only loyalty is to this country. Plus, U.S. history actually backs up this point. I mean, the founding fathers made it a law that the president has to be an American-born, not naturalized citizen, American-born citizen. That's important because they didn't want our country to be polluted by values that are not American. They were afraid of foreign influence in high offices. And that's still a very big deal today. I mean, really, do we want leaders that are not fully assimilated into our country and cultures? Do we want leaders who are not going to have our American values? Because, you know, these people come from foreign countries and they want to turn our country into the country they left. That's not good. I want... Now, and I'm not saying all diversity is bad, but homogeny is peaceful and happy, whereas diversity is actually not really a strength. When you have everybody on the same level, who have the same similar experiences and backgrounds and values, they're going to stick together. You know, people want to be with other people who are like them. It's just a fact of life. And I don't mind having other cultures. You know, it's good to have some knowledge of other things. It's good to have variety. But I don't want those people as our lawmakers. And that's why I really believe, at the very minimum, they should be second-generation citizens before they're elected to any office. Take New York, for example. That Zohan Mandami eating with his fingers, you know, that's gross, for one thing. As an American, I'm sorry, but that's gross. We believe in cleanliness, and that's just not how we are. And he's trying to do things that are communistic. I don't want that. It's like an infection that's going to spread if we don't cut it out. All right, thanks guys for watching. I hope you found this video informative. I really, really believe that we need to safeguard our republic. And unlike the Democrats' talking point, we're not trying to save our democracy, because we don't have a democracy. We have a republic, but we are watching our republic slip away. Although I feel like now we're on the right track to getting it back and getting things back on track. But I think it's super important to make sure that the lawmakers are at least second-generation Americans. All right, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.